Here's a quick update on some of my garden. These are my purple sweet potatoes. Doing really nice, very healthy looking. These are the carrots I am trying to get to flower. I'm not worried about eating them. I want the seeds. They're not cooperating. Over here we have my New Mexico Big Gems, and those are all cayenne of different types. These are potatoes that I just stuck in the ground. These here, and here are mixed sweet potatoes. Look at how healthy these things are doing. I am just dying to check these out, but it's nowhere near time. My purple dove beans are still producing quite nicely. Got a lot of new growth. So are the butterwacks. These are my yellow butterwacks. I just got done picking them, so, well, okay. Guess what I missed? These are the dragon tongues. These have been extremely prolific. I've picked over 15 pounds of beans off of that. This is ginger. Okay, now this big one here is my Kentucky Wonders. Lots of flowers, not a lot of beans. We've had very hot weather and it lost its blooms. I had to come out here and hand, let's just say I was playing with flower blossoms. So now I have more yellow squash and summer squash. Okay, now this is the zucchini I planted where there were peas, and I have more soybeans coming along. I have Boo Boo following me. Now my sugar peas should be done. Obviously they're not, but I'm letting them fill out for seeds for the next round. King Tut is doing very nicely. These two here and here should have been done a long time ago. My artichoke, this one's doing great. That one's okay. It's like baby bear, mama bear, and papa bear. Now over here we have my tomatillos, and these are my dwarf Napolis. These are a sauce tomato. These bushes are not even a foot tall, but they're loaded with little tomatoes that are probably going to get about so big, and they're great for sauce. I have 4 of those. These are some of my peppers. There's red hots, banana peppers, jalapenos, habaneros, and a few other things in there. I just put up these rows of fence. There's 17 feet about here, and then there's a 9-foot one right over there on the end. These are going to be more support for tomatoes. These are my Japanese beans, which are not climbing yet, but are producing. These are my Japanese long cucumbers, and I just picked one. It was doing absolutely fantastic. That's very odd looking. It shouldn't look like that. Now, my Boston pickler got hit by heat and gnats, but as you can tell by the new growth, it's recovering. These are my geltois. They are doing okay, but they did suffer from the heat and gnats, but they're recovering. Everybody's recovering so far. These are my Chicago picklers. Look at the gnats on the bucket, okay? My bathroom got invaded by those gnats. You want to talk about a nightmare. This is my other piece of fence I just put in. This is my Armenian. You guys have seen me grow those a lot. Got a lot of gnats on there. I'm gonna have to grab the hose and rinse them off. My potatoes in the buckets are getting ready. Now this one and this one I did do some harvesting on. Okay, this is my Kiwano melon. You know, those things are at least $9 each in a store. This is my cucamelon, and it's doing pretty good. It did drop the ones it had. Let me see if I can put my hand back behind these so you can see them. These little bitty tiny melons. It got hit by the heat and lost its last crop. Over here I have some basil that needs to go on the ground. I have a recovering tomato that suffered chicken damage, and that is a husky red. These are huskies. They're doing really good. This is another piece of fence I put up yesterday. These are different climbing beans, and what I'm doing here is soaking this big area, and half of it's going to be sweet potatoes, half of it's going to be red potatoes, or not red, I'm sorry, purple, that I have left over and nowhere to put. Over here we've got bright sun loofahs. They're getting there. I don't have anything on them yet. Now this is my Kajari melon. I've never grown before, but it has a lot of little melons. Then it has one getting a pretty good size. I've never grown those before. This tub here has habaneros in it. I ran out of places. This tower, I bought all these pots. I was going to do a science project and I had a ton of them. I just gave my sister-in-law some. But I planted more Kajari melons in here to see if they'll do better in the shade. This is one of my tomato string trellises. I'm kind of doing a lot of experimentation this year. All of these tomatoes are going to be climbing up these strings since they are vines, and I have tomato clips, and as each plant gets taller I just move clips up or add clips. Now this one I just moved up. It's right here. I'm going to be moving it up again tomorrow. This is a mortgage lifter, purple Cherokee. These two are going to have some of the suckers I've rooted off of mine. This is a 5-gallon bucket with ginger in it that I had left over and nowhere to plant. And that sound in the background is my mother trying to get her truck started, so I'm going to go see what's up.